Hey, hey, Megan in the house. I'm just waiting on everybody to get in and we'll get started. Tonight is our Superfans only class. This is our third class of the series where we've been doing skies and learning how to blend and sky palettes and all of that. So, welcome. How are you, Megan? These are going to be the colors. Well, actually, this is going to be the colors we start with. If you wanted to go ahead and get those together. Hey, Bex. Bex in the house. He's doing okay. He has moments where he's in a lot of pain, and then he has moments where he's, managing. But we're going to keep him home from school until he sees the ortho specialist on Thursday. Hey, Bex. Thank you for the repost to Go Populars. I was just going to wait on a few more people to get in, and we're going to get started. Girl, he went skating last night at the skating rink, and he fell and broke his leg. And so he broke the end of his tibia bone, like your shin bone. And it's like if this is your bone, imagine this is the end of your bone. It's like at an angle, and this is broke off. Yeah. And so he's in a boot right now, and he's on crutches, and we see an orthopedic specialist on Thursday to see if he needs a cast or surgery or what. Yeah, crazy. That's why, he might not have been in there last night, but I had to get off abruptly because I was in the middle of a live last night. He went with our church youth group. So I got a call like an hour into their trip, and they were like, he fell. He thinks he broke it, but I think it's a sprain. We're going to bring him home. And I'm like, okay. So then I got off the live because I'm like, oh gosh, I got to deal with this. And so when we waited, my sister is a nurse in ortho. So I called her, she walked me through a couple of things. Cause I was like, should we go to the emergency room tonight? Can we wait and go to a clinic tomorrow? And we walked through a couple things. She's like, you could probably wait till in the morning. So first thing this morning, we went and got an x-ray at the clinic, and yep, it broke. Poor thing. He had a really rough night last night. Couldn't get comfortable. And he's kind of been in, that uncomfortable phase here and there throughout the day, but just doing the resting ice and elevation. I know. Poor thing. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started, and anyone that comes in late, they can watch the replay because we save this replay. I want to go through and tell you guys what make sure you have for tonight. You'll want your blending sheet and your coloring practice sun moon sheet. And I said that it was going to be night skies, but I should have worded as sunsets. I was going to do sunsets and nights together, but I felt like that would be too overwhelming and too much for one night session. So we're going to do sunsets tonight, and then on our next one, we'll do night skies. So we're going to start with this because not all of our coloring book skies come with a moon or a sun. So I was going to show y'all how to do your blend, blend your sky colors, and then how to go back and add that moon. And Emma, thank you for the follow, that moon or that sun. And so if you want to get those colors together, that's what we're going to start with. And we're just going to do our blending pattern style that we did here. So let me grab those colors from my pack. But how are y'all? Megan, how are you? We need V14, which is that pale violet. Y10, which is persimmon. And then Y12, Y27. Well, I said Y10. That was the old code. Sorry. Y27, which is sunflower. I'm going to get those put in my... Oh, some other things you're going to want is a white acrylic pen or gel pen and your charcoal pencil. If you have one. If not, you can use a Q-tip or a smudger with your white acrylic. Oh, man. What are they supposed to be in? So I'm going to get this put in my marker Parker. And for our this sunset, we're going to start with this purple, move into the orange, and finish with the yellow. No! Megan, they have packs of Ohuhu colorless blenders that it's just colorless blenders if you want to save them for later. Here, let me pin them for you. I think it comes with a pack of 5, and it's just colorless blenders because I go through them a lot because I like to do that bouquet effect. But this is it right here. Oh, yeah. So these are Ohuhus. Oh, and they're on a flash sale. They are usually $18, but they're on sale for $13.99. Grab them. What did you do to your colorless blender? Oh, Bex, mean. Well, I hope that they get here soon. That stinks. I know it. Ugh. Okay. Let me get you flipped where you can see this. You'll see a little part of my sand. Sorry, but I'm trying to get y'all out the... Oh, it dried. You know what you can do also, Megan? Until, like, if you're not able to buy the blenders right now, you can refill it with rubbing alcohol, and that will help some. Like, take the tip off. You can take the tip off and pour some rubbing alcohol in there. Yep. And then shake it up real good. Okay, we're going to start with the V14. And we're going to just do our traditional blending that we started with from this series. We're going to go down. Remember, you want to go down a little further than you think you need to. Then go in with that next color. Now, these are not next to each other on the color scale as far as they're not the same color range, shade, or saturation. So these might be a little tougher to blend, but it's going to be pretty. So let's start with our purple. And you can always add in a few more to get a more gradient blend, but I just wanted to keep it a little simple. I'm working on cardstock as well, so to try and avoid the patchiness, I'm going to really have to slow down and saturate my paper. Since this is a sunset, we're going to have our darkest color towards the top because we're imagining our sun is going to be down this way. Okay, and I'm going to go about a third of a way down, just a little past a third of a way down. And I'm going to grab that persimmon. Thank you, sticker. Happy for the follow. This is my Superfans only coloring class that I do twice a month on every other Tuesday. But I do go live doing other tutorials and things like that Monday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you're not a super fan, you can catch me live other nights in the week. But if you would like access to extra content, exclusive content, coloring classes, things like that, you can become a super fan during lives only. All right, so you're moving down the page here. And if that that blend might be hard, so you might have to go back over a couple times. We'll move, you'll see in a minute, when we get all the way down, we'll move back up. And it'll help make that a little smoother. So I'm going down with this persimmon. I always want to say persimmon, but I don't think that's it. And don't forget, at the end of the class, the sky series, we're going to go back and learn a different kind of sky technique. All right, going in with that sunflower. You wanted to go down just a little more than you think you did. Bring that down. Thank y'all for the taps. All right, so this is kind of like the ABC CBA method where we went from top to bottom. Now we're going to work our way with a second pass from bottom to top. Okay. Hey, Franny B. Rachel, thank you for the follow. We are just getting started. So to help make these colors have a little bit smoother of a blend, no, that's okay. I know. I know there's a lot of giveies going on right now, so I understand. Thank you for the heartbeat. This is our first thing we've gotten started on. So we're going to make this a little smoother of a blend since these colors are not near each other on the color chart scale range, I guess you want to say. Thank you for the heartbeat and the Go Popular. We're going to work backwards. So we're going to start back with our sunflower. Also, Franny, I had let everyone know, I don't know why I said night skies because we're doing sunsets and I didn't want to do too much at one time. So we're going to do sunsets tonight and then we're going to do night skies on the next one. I was afraid to put them together because I was afraid that would be too much in one night. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to overwhelm anybody. All right, so we're using those same colors to work backwards. And this is a good technique to use when you have those colors that are a little harder to blend because they're not right next to each other on that chromatic chart. Okay. So the reason we did this one in the box, those are some really pretty colors together, is I wanted to show you how can you add in a sun if there isn't one on your page, because sometimes the page doesn't come with one, but you would like to add one. So, what you can do is you would need an acrylic pen, or you could leave a circle space and go around it. But I'm going to use an acrylic, like a pale kind of yellow acrylic. You can use a gel pen or an acrylic, and I'm going to draw a circle. Well, the best circle that I can. Y'all know I struggle with that. And this is just Ohuhu, but you can use any of it, any acrylic. And remember, we are thinking sunset, so I'm thinking of keeping that sun a little low in the sky because our darker color is up here. It won't make a whole bunch of sense to put your bright object here where we've got this darker color, right? So you want to stay like low to mid page and do a small sun. And I'm going to keep it kind of small because we're going to do a little bit of a glow around it. Y'all don't make fun of my circle. It's not the best. Okay, there's my little sun. Ooh, we have a donuts flash goal. Boop, boop. Okay, let that dry. Thank you, Franny B. Also, we have 14 super fans. So when we get 6 more, super fans, we will have a giveaway for super fans only. Thank you, Bex. Franny, how you doing? All right, there's our little sun. And now you can leave it like that. But yeah, no, I understand. I'll upload it. So if you ever want to go back and reference it and catch up, that's fine. But y'all, you can leave it like that. But I like to go a little extra. And there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do your we can do the charcoal pencil, or you can take some of that yellow acrylic that you put down and use a Q-tip and kind of smudge it around. I feel like y'all have seen my charcoal pencil a lot, so we're going to try and do a little of acrylic. So I'm just going to take that same color, and hey Carla, and just do a little outside edge. And I'm going to take my Q-tip. You can use your finger, you can use a Q-tip, you can use a smudger, and you're just going to smear it out just a little bit around it to get a glow. And that way, if you don't have a charcoal pencil, you can still get a glow with your acrylic. Okay. You girl, he's doing okay considering, but there are moments that he's in a lot of pain, and and understandably so. They're really hesitant to give pain medicine, so we're just doing tons of ibuprofen and Tylenol until we see ortho. So we see ortho Thursday. We'll see him Thursday. So he's handling it like a champ. I'm going to be honest. But there are moments where he's struggling. And so I'm just keeping him home from school the next 2 days until we see ortho, because they want him to stay off of it, obviously, so that he doesn't worsen his injury. I know. Poor thing. I'm glad they were able to get us in really quickly, though. You know how those kind of specialists are. I was like, we're probably not going to get in for a week, but it is kind of important. So I'm glad they were able to get him in. But this is the first thing we've done. So you can see you get that little halo effect from your acrylic, smearing it around. So you don't have to use your charcoal pencil. But, I do like to use my pencil. But, all right, another thing you can add on here to spice it up a little bit. Hey, hello. Is you can take that same acrylic and add a few little stars. Thank you for the heart. You can add a few little stars because this is a sunset, and when you start. Well, I know out here in the country, I don't know how it is in the city, but at nighttime when the sun's going down, it's not quite down yet. Sometimes you can see the stars still. So we're going to add a few stars here. And you can do like some smaller ones and then some bigger ones. That way it looks like some are closer and some are further away. That gives you that perspective. Okay, you can do circles. You can take it and do a couple little crosses, however you want. And then that gives you a couple little sunset stars. Oh, I did say, Carla and Aloha, that I accidentally put, I think I'm just been flustered from the whole last 24 hours. I put night skies, but it's really sunsets. we're focusing on sunsets tonight. And then the next one, we'll do those night skies. Originally, I was going to put them together, but I think it's just going to be too much in one session. So we're breaking it up. Okay. And so this is your first sunset. Very easy. And I showed you how to draw a sun on there if you don't have one already on your page. So does anyone have any questions, or everybody good? Thank y'all so much for helping me. And of course, not only will I upload this, but I will send pictures of all this into the disco for you guys. Because if no one has any questions or about this, then we're going to move into the next sheet, which it has the sun already on it. We're going to be doing this page. If you want to, oh, hey, Bex, welcome back. Oh, good. I'm so glad. So glad. I know that there is that one group here on TikTok in the message group, but I do like to send the YTube one to the Discord, because the one that you send through TikTok, it only lasts 30 days. So you only can access it 30 days. But the one on YTube, it's unlimited, until I decide to ever take it down, if I decide to take it down. So that's why I know you probably think, well, why don't I just send the link from TikTok? Well, that's why, because you won't have access to it forever. Okay. Oh, Lord. Moving on. I am really excited about this one. We're going to start with this one, but I'm going to show you guys how to do like these little easy sun rays to kind of give that sun ray glow. Okay. So excited. We're going to do that one last, but we're going to do this one next. If you want to look at these colors, I chose these colors because it's kind of a different, like a very deep red sky. I don't know if y'all have ever heard that saying, like, red in the morning, sailor's warning, red at night, sailor's delight. I don't know if it's just because we live on the coast, but night sunsets that have that like reddish glow are just so pretty. So I wanted to do that. Yes, Megan. I'm glad. Not the sanitizer. But so these are going to be the colors we work on. And again, our sun is here. So, I should have posted this in the disco and I forgot, but we do want to do our sun. So we're going to do, these are the colors I like to use for sun. So if you're following along and you want to grab those, these will be what I'm working with. Now you can use whatever, you don't have to follow along with that, but I will write them down here. I did them out of order, but oh well. Okay. Thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me tonight, too. It means a lot to me. Thank y'all so much for being super fans. And don't forget, I'm always open to suggestions or things like, especially since y'all have a subscription. I want to make it worth your time and money. So please let me know if you ever have an idea how I can do things better or things you would like to see. Franny suggested a color along. So we are going to start a color along series. I'm going to post a couple of book options in the Superfans chat in the disco and let you guys vote on the book you would like to do. But we're going to pick one book and we're going to do a full color along in that book. And so I guess that my point is, if there's something specific you'd like to do or something specific suggestion you have, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know, because I want to do things that y'all want to see and do. Yep, from start to finish. From start to finish. If you're just joining us, we are doing a Superfans coloring class every other Tuesday, twice a month. Hey, JR. We've been working on skies, a sky series. And so if you're not a super fan, I will catch you live again, public live on Thursday. But if you're curious about Superfans, you want to know more about it, send me a message. I will let you know all the deets. But what do you think about that, Carla? Starting what I'm thinking about is doing our how-to guided colorings on Mondays. And then on Thursdays, we'll do the color along. And so we'll all color along together. And we may not go in exact order. I may let y'all pick the page that we work on. But my plan is to stay in that book, start to finish, and we will color along. And I want to get with Franny on some of the details on the logistics of it before we get started. But I'm looking to start, start that at some point. Yes, I'm excited. Hey, Darla, welcome. We just finished this, Darla. So if you're interested in that, I'll have the video uploaded later this afternoon for you. Not Tuesdays or Fridays. Nope, I'm thinking about doing it on Thursdays. Which again, we can poll. I'm willing to work with you guys so we can poll and see what days works best. But Thursdays, I think, might be good to where we can keep our coloring stuff on Mondays. Hey. Okay, this is what we're about to do next. If you wanted to follow along, these colors right here. And of course, we're going to start with our sun. The one that I just did, I was kind of showing you guys how to add a sun in if you don't have one already. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out, the replay. Yes, I agree, Franny. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited. Okay. We're going to start with our sun colors. And in the middle, I'm going to start with that lemon mist. And move into lemon chiffon. I'm not going to do super detail on this because we've done a lot of these suns already. But I feel like the picture just won't look complete without it. Okay, and move it into the butter. Okay, and you can do the halo like we do usually, or what I'm going to do is, since we've done that halo with the charcoal pencil a lot, I'm just going to repeat doing the acrylic again. And that way those who missed it can see us do the acrylic halo again. So we'll come back to the sun. We're going to go ahead and start our sunset colors. And again, you're imagining your lightest point is down here with the sun. So your lightest point will be the orange, move it into your pinks, and move it into your purple all the way away from the sun. So let me change those markers out. So we need R514, R412, and YR111. Okay. Now this is what we'll be using. Oh, look, if y'all know I've been obsessed with like the space stuff lately. Well, they have documentary on Netflix about the Challenger, and I was too young to see the Challenger, but of course I know about it. I've seen videos, but they did like this whole big documentary on it, and it's just so sad. It's so sad. So if you're hi Gen X, thank you for heart me. We're doing a Superfans only live every other Tuesday, but I will be back on a public live on Thursday. Hey Chicolette. If you missed the beginning, Chicolette, I do upload these replays to YTube. So you will get access to go back and view everything we've done. So far we've done this. But anyways, my point in telling you guys that is if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I was going to recommend go watch the documentary because it's crazy. Oh, no worries. So we're going to start. Last time I started from top to bottom. This time we're going to start from bottom to top with our persimmon. And also, Chicolette, I know you're kind of new to Superfans, but in the disco, there is a path to these practice sheets. If you scroll back some, and you can find these practice sheets. We've been using them for our Sky series. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm so used to using yellow that I had a mini stroke for a second. I was like, wait, I forgot my yellow. Okay, so, and I want this orange to go up. Remember, you want to go up just a little more than you think you need. And I've been doing this kind of in thirds, so just a little past the thirds here. And I'm going to switch to this red, the cerise. Thank y'all for the taps. Overlapping a little. And we're going to do that ABCCBA effect again, or method, I guess you would say. Because some of these color might be a little tough to blend together. Not as hard as the last ones, I think, but this just reminds me of a desert sunset. I think I want to use this on a page soon. Hey, Jill. Thank you for the heart me. We've been doing a Superfans coloring class on skies twice a month, every other two. We've been doing a Superfans coloring class on skies twice a month, every other two. Hey, sorry. He obviously can't get around the house very easily, so I'm like, call me if you need anything. Okay, so now we're going to move into that prune juice. That prune juice does get dark pretty fast, so if you wanted to use another color in between to get a better gradient and an easier blend, you could. Also, I am working with cardstock, so it might be a little patchy. I'm not going as slow as I probably should. Okay, so now we're going to use that. We went here, here, here. Now we're going to go here, here, here. Okay. And that will help get that blend a little better. Or, you know, we've done this before. You could take that lightest shade and just blend all the way back up. But this works too. I don't know if I'll ever get over, like, or get used to not having music on a Superfans live. So quiet. And I like background noise in general, not just on live. Like, whatever I'm doing, I have some kind of music going or some kind of something. I'm watching something, I'm listening to something. At night when I go to sleep, I have a fan on, no matter, I don't care how cold it is. So sitting here in silence, I don't like it. I'm wondering if I could play just water noises, because I'm like, how will it know if it's music or my fish tank that I don't have? No worries. We are finishing up this piece right here. No. I guess it has something to do with like the royalties and stuff for the music, but you cannot play music on Superfan Live. They might have specific music you can play through TikTok. No, I guess not. I was gonna say there's usually a music button there, but not for Superfans. I really don't know the whole details, but no, you can't. You can't. Okay, so we've got our blend down, and we're going to add that halo. But the last couple of nights that we've done this, I've used my charcoal pencil a lot. So I did this a few minutes ago, but for those of you who are not here, I'm going to show you the acrylic method to get that blend or that glow. So I'm just using the Ohuhu brush acrylic, but you can use any acrylic. And I'm using a yellow. And I'm going to go around the outline here. And we're going to smear our acrylic on purpose. Can y'all believe that? Franny B. Oh, yeah, that is a good one, Megan. And you can take your Q-tip, your smudger, your finger, and I may not have put enough. We may have to go back and add some more for this, but you want to smear it out. Yep, let's add a little bit more. Smudge it out, smudge it out. And that's going to give you a glow as well, if you don't have a charcoal pencil. So we'll smudge this out, and then we'll go over the black lines. Okay, once you got your glow, that way now you know how to use your charcoal pencil. Now you can use your acrylic pen. And then I'm going to just go back over this black line. Okay, and now, again, I will keep it simple. You can leave it just like that. But we can elevate it a little bit. So you know how here we added some stars. So here we're going to add some clouds. Last time we added clouds, we used our colorless blender, and I showed you a very easy way to add in some clouds. So this time I'm going to show you using our acrylic. Okay, you could use a yellow or kind of an orangey acrylic. I'm going to use a yellow, but I want to go a little darker than the sun. Like this kind of, I guess it's not really yellow, like a like an orangey yellow. Hey Barbara, welcome in. Thank you for the heart me. So I'm going to use this orange, and we're going to do some clouds with the acrylic. So we want to do a few in the back where these you could smudge a little bit to where they look a little more fainter and further away. Oh, thank you so much for the bubble gums. I'll get you a sticker 1 second. So I want to start with these. You want to imagine with perspective that the smaller you draw them, the further away they're going to look. So we're going to do these back here a little smaller and a little softer. And that way they look further away. So you want them kind of small, not very detailed, not very bright. You can take that Q-tip too and smudge it out some if you want to. Okay. Do a few more on coming from this side. Smaller and softer. You can even do even like a little line like that. Will make it look really, really far away. In art, things that are up close are going to be bigger. Things that are further, you want to look further away, are going to be smaller. Okay, and then if you want some really big, closer clouds, though these back here, I'm not going to add a whole lot of extra detailing to, but these up close, I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do. We can use the same color, but I want to make it a little more solid. So I'm probably going to have to do 2 layers on this one. And we want it to be a little bigger to show that it is closer to the front of the page. How are you doing, Barbara? I'm doing good. A little tired from everything that's been going on with my son, but I'm okay. Okay, I'm going to go back over this. And I would suggest an acrylic pen over a gel pen because, as you can see here, the acrylic pen is a little more, it's not as opaque. So if you use a gel pen, it's going to be very thick, and you kind of want that soft cloud look. Hey, Maddie, he's doing okay. He has moments here and there where he's in a lot of pain, and he has a hard time getting comfortable. But, and with him being a child, they're, hesitant to give him any kind of big pain medicine without him seeing the ortho. But we see ortho Thursday, so hopefully we'll know more on if he'll need surgery or not. He's just been resting. I'm going to keep him home from school until he sees ortho. Whew, it's been crazy. All right, so here is what our clouds look like so far. And again, you can keep them like that. I want to do a few more. I actually want to kind of bring them over the sun. If you're just joining us, hi. This is a Superfans only coloring class that we have started every 2 weeks, every other Tuesday. But I would love you to join me Thursday for my next public live. If you would like more information on being a superfan, send me a message. I will get back with you on that. All right. So I want to add a little more. Okay, you can leave it like that. But I'm going to show you again another step that you can do to add some dimension to your clouds. Hey, Kepsi. Thank you for the heart me and the go popular. I'm going to take a little bit deeper of a purpley red, which I don't have the color I would like in the Ohuhu, so I'm going to use a different brand. I think this one's going to be good. But you kind of want a pruny red. Let me see. I should have picked this out earlier. My bad. Okay, we're going to go with this one. This might not be the perfect match, but more. So to add a little dimension to your cloud so they don't look as flat, we can take this darker shade here on the bottom. And I use the same color, but you can tell with the deeper red, it kind of soaked up some of that pigment, but it's okay. Clouds can be a little different colors, so. And we're going to make that same shape, but with this deeper red, almost like a shadow. I actually would like it a little darker, but. And so you see you get a little bit more of that dimension in there with those clouds. And do the same thing up here. And this is all with acrylics. And there you have some simple clouds, simple sunset. You can go in and add, you can add some stars like we did if you want to, okay? Just know that on that dark red, it is going to soak up that pigment and turn pinky or red. So you may want to put a gel pen down first. But we have sunset number 2 done. Look how cute it is. Ooh, I'm excited, Bex. Can't wait to see it. What do y'all think? How are y'all feeling? Yes, super cute, super easy to add in some of those details. I would prefer that to be a little darker, kind of closer to that, but trying to pick colors on the fly. Nope. Okay. Last one that I had picked for the night is this one, and I'm really excited because the last thing I'm going to show you is how to do those rays, okay? So, have you ever seen those pages that have that really soft, like glowy rays in them? That's what we're going to do for this one. So if anyone doesn't have any questions about this one or anything else, we're going to do this last one. And then for those of you who came in late and didn't hear in the beginning, I put night skies down in the infographic, but it was supposed to be sunsets, and I just wasn't thinking. We're doing sunsets only tonight. And then our next one will focus on the night skies because I was afraid of, originally I think I had said I was going to do them together, but I was afraid of it being too much for one night, especially with us doing like cloud techniques and things like that. So sunsets tonight, And then in 2 Tuesdays, not next Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, then we'll do night skies. So, okay, for this next one, these were the colors you're going to want. And we are going to do our sun because we want that bit, like that glowy sun ray. So we're going to also use these colors for the sun. Thank y'all for the taps. We're almost to 20. Oh, Lord. I'm having a rough, like a clumsy day. Okay, let me write this down. All right, we're going to do the sun the same way that y'all have seen 100 times by now. Hopefully, y'all have been practicing some of this. Yellow mist. Lemon mist, I'm sorry. Lemon chiffon. I'm almost out of lemon chiffon. And butter. Remember, you can always add a little bit of an orange on the edges if you're doing those sunsets. We did some of that last with the sunrises. You can do the same thing with the sunsets. Okay, we're going to do that. Since we've done this glow, we're going to be, no, I think we'll still use acrylic. That'll be fun. All right, so we're going to do these 3 colors with our sunset. Thank you. Now with this one, so for these, I just kept it straight. Like the sun was in front, everything is going backwards. But for this one, we're going to circle around it so that we get this halo glow, if that makes sense. So we're going to start with our persimmon and go around in a circle. Oh my gosh, no, we're not. Ah, back it up, Terry. Oh my gosh, I was not paying attention. We might have to move over to a new one. Shoot. Yeah, let's scratch this one. Sorry. Let's move to this part. Exit this out. My bad. Back it up, Terry. My bad. Okay. We're moving over here. I did not change out my marker Parker. That's what I get. Let me change it out real quick. Okay. Let's do our sun again. My bad. Thank y'all for being patient with me. Choo-choo. Okay. Hey, Jashana. This is a Superfans coloring class that we are due twice a month, every other Tuesday, but I'll be live back regular on Thursday. Okay, so we are not starting with persimmon on here. We're going to start with butter and go out in a circle because we're going to want to make this glow, these ray effects in the end. And I'm so excited about that. Okay. All right, we're going to move into that corn yellow. It's corn. Y'all are going to love this glow at the end. I'm so excited because it's just something different. Okay, moving into papaya. The papaya and corn may be a little tough to blend in together, so you might have to work that one out a little bit because it gets really dark really fast. You could use a little more. You can use another color, so in between to gradient better if you want to. Alrighty. And then after this, okay, so I was so confused. I was like, tapes. And then I was like, pepper. I was like, wait, hold on. What is going on here? It's wireless, but it hooks onto my phone. But I'm thinking about trying a Bluetooth one. I haven't gotten the Bluetooth one yet, but I'm thinking about that. That way I can interact when I want to sometimes. Like I like to comment sometimes, and having to like unclip it and clip it back is annoying, but it is wireless. All right, so these were the colors we used for this. And now you can add clouds if you want to. So, but you don't have to. And since we added some clouds here, do y'all want to add clouds here, or do you want to just see the glow effect? Y'all let me know. I'm good for whatever. We can add some clouds. Yes, they should be able to. I had the last Superfans, someone bought a Superfans. They just have to click my name up here. Now, if they've already previewed the live, I don't know. I don't know what it looks like, to be honest, but they should be able to. The only time that you can purchase the Superfans is during a live. Do y'all want to add, let's poll real quick. Do you want me to add clouds here, or do you want to just get to the glow? I'm good either way. So if you want to add clouds, we'll do smiley face. If you want to just see the glow, sad face. Happy face, clouds and glow, sad face, just glow. Clouds and glow, happy face, just glow, sad face. I'm good with whatever. It is a hard choice because we can do both. I just didn't know if y'all like had other things to do and y'all are ready for this to come to a close, because it is, I usually try to keep it an hour and we just hit the hour mark, so I'm good with whatever. Okay, it looks like y'all want to see the clouds, so let's do the clouds then. I am going to start with a little lighter of a yellow and a darker orange. So these are going to be, this is going to be a different cloud. Here we did the light on top, the dark on bottom. Here we're going to flip-flop that because we've got this glow coming from underneath and we want to make the clouds look illuminated on the bottom. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to start with our lighter yellow. And you could even use a white if you wanted. And I'm just going to make the bottom of the cloud. If it helps you, you can make the whole cloud and just go back over it. It's fine. But you want it to be a really thin, like, bottom. Okay. I'm going to let that dry. While that dries, I'm going to add a few clouds in the distance. So I'm going to take this dark orange and just do a few. Actually, I don't think that's dark enough. Hold on. This might come off too brown. Let's see. Okay, no, this is good. Okay. So remember, thin and small will make it look further back. So I'm going to do a couple of like thin and small clouds here in the back. Okay, it looks like it's way back there. And now we're going to build these clouds. So we have that glowy bottom from the glow that we're about to do. And we're going to add this darker cloud on top. Oops, back it up. Let me dry that so it doesn't smudge. Another thing you can do is you can build your dark cloud first and then go underneath with the white or the yellow. That's fine. I probably did it in a weird way, but you can see how now it looks like that cloud is glowing from underneath. So it gives it a nice little bright effect. Okay. And if you want, even these like tiny baby clouds, you could even add. So this is how I was saying, you could do your dark first and then go and add your white underneath. So these look like they even have, well, I say white, I'm using yellow, but you can use a white. They even have a little glow to them there. Okay. So once that dries, we're going to do this glow effect. So I'm going to dry this. And then we'll have a glow effect, and then that will be our last sunset of the evening. I hope this has been helpful and that you've enjoyed it. I was trying to think of some new things I can show you with clouds and things, and I hope y'all are practicing and putting it into like your pages. Okay, I think that's dry. You want to make sure it's good and dry if you use acrylic because the glow is going to smudge it everywhere if you don't. So for the glow, we will be using, you can do it one or two ways. You can do with the charcoal pencil like I've done before, or you can use acrylic. We've been using acrylic, and I think that's something everybody probably has. So we're going to do that. So we're going to do, instead of doing this halo glow, we're going to do like rays. And so you could do this for sunset or sunrise. So we're going to cover our black line first. I know. You know what? Actually, I called hospitals today. I was talking with my sister-in-law about all this with Mason, and I accidentally I spelled it wrong in TikTok, or not TikTok, Messenger corrected as Hoppy. And I was like, okay, I'm calling hospitals Hoppy for the rest of my life. I'm like, the Hoppy. It sounds like something like a British person would say. We're going to the Hoppy, mate. Okay, that sounds like Australian maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. The Hoppy. Isn't it? I love it. I just made up my own word. We're going to the Hoppy. Okay, we're going to smear these rays. So, you're going to freak out at first, but when we smear it, it's going to be okay. You're going to want to lay a light acrylic. Well, and actually, this is yellow. You can use white. Actually, I think, let's do white. I think I'm going to go around someone's comments were filtered. Sorry. I just like to let y'all know in case you're expecting a response. And I'm like, I can't respond because it's filtered. Let's do a white around the edge. It might have filtered you. The last thing I saw from you was, wait, that's so cute. So, oh no. You got filtered. Okay, let me dry this because I don't want to smudge the sun. I don't want to do a halo. So let me dry that. You know, Bex, I need to make one. I don't yet, but I need to. I just feel like, I don't know, y'all subscribe and y'all gift, so I almost feel like y'all don't need to be buying me nothing either. Y'all do enough. Y'all do enough. I'll make it. I just haven't yet. Sorry. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do these rays. It's gonna kind of remind you of, you ever watch Rugrats and Cynthia the doll, her hair? That's kind of what these rays remind me of when I was doing them. But we're gonna take this white and very lightly kind of make a cone. Well, I was thinking that I wouldn't need to be included because I would be the one that would have to know where everybody, I'm the one that has to get everybody hooked up. So I figured I would just not participate. Okay, and so then you're going to take your finger or a smudger. And look, I kind of waited too long because that started drying. Sorry, that was me talking. But you want to kind of smear it out to where it gets like this soft blend. And I waited too long and it started drying. Let's try another one. Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about, Megan. Aw, well, I'll add it. And if you insist, it just makes me feel weird because y'all do so much already. Okay, we're gonna try and do this one without letting it dry. Sorry. Oh, Lord. And you want to do a few like thinner ones and some bigger ones. Okay. There's the white. And actually, I think we're going to experiment. Let's do some yellow. I've done white, but I think I'm going to like the yellow better. Maybe not. All right, so we're creating our Cynthia doll head here. But see, you can smear that up. All right. And it's going to create those rays. And I actually do like the yellow much better than the white. We got hoo-ha markers and Hallelujahs. I want to go over this because I like the yellow better. I was worried, like I practiced it with white because I was worried that the yellow on top of the yellow would not give you that effect as much, but it does. So, oh, thank you, Bex. Okay. Go out a little bit more. But and you may want to stop a little further, a little sooner than you think you need, because you can see, obviously, I'm kind of going off the page here because it smears a good bit. But that is how you can do some very easy, simple rays. Thank you. I just can't stop seeing Cynthia's doll head from Rugrats. I can't. You can still do a halo too if you want, and then do your rays, but like let's do a few more around town. I know you see it. I know you got to be seeing it. All right. And then the final, if you really want to, add some stars so you know that it's a sunset. And I will do these with white. And that's our last sunset of the night. I know, I can't unsee it. But there we go. Just a recap, we did, and if you came in late, you can go back and see this. We did this where there was no sun. We added our own sun. Then we did this where we added our own clouds and put some dimension there. And then we did this where we did our rays. So I hope that you found this helpful, and it takes a little while to download this live replay, but I will have it on the YTube and in the Disco, so you can go back and reference it anytime. And I do appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I hope you've learned something. I hope you're able to put it into practice. And then the next time we meet, it won't be next Tuesday. It will be the next Tuesday. We're going to move into night skies, okay? And we will do some night skies and some stormy skies because they can kind of have similar colors. I don't think that will be as overwhelming. But y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all Thursday. Bye.